an African Nights Entertainment written by Sapirian Ekwensi. Malan Sambo's prescription. Sheikh sat in study. He had a knock on the door, and one of his servants came in and said, "In all the time I have lived in this town, I've never before seen such girl as I saw today at the gate of Malam Audu." "Which Malam Audu?" Shehu asked. "The one who lived down the road. But I do not think that Malam Audu has a daughter." The servant said, "Do you remember that about 10 years ago, Malam Audu had his daughter betrothed to a young man? This is the same girl who has now grown up. But why has she not been coming out of her father's house all this time?" "Because Malam Audu is very strict with her." "Go then, find out for a certain who is she." "I shall indeed be surprised if Malam Audu, an old man, had such a daughter, has such a daughter." The servants made inquiries. They found that Malam Audu was indeed the father, and that the girl's name was Zainab. They came back and told Malam Shehu. Shehu sent a message to the girl, asking her to come and see him. The servant went to the girl and gave her the message. She said, "Who is this Malam Shehu? And what does he want with me?" "We do not know," said the servant. "He only sent us to fetch you. Go and tell him I shall not come." Now, this girl, Zainab, had been betrothed to Malam Abu Bakr ever since she was a mere infant. The man had put some money in a pot and poured water into it as a sign that both of them would grow up together as husband and wife. Both of them had loved each other deeply. She grew up to be very beautiful, so beautiful that her mother began to doubt whether Abu Bakr was worthy of her. The time approached when she would have to go to the home of Abu Bakr, but his people were not yet quite ready to receive her. It was during this time that Malam Shehu's servant saw her. Malam Shehu kept sending messages to the girl to come and see him. And at last, Zainab asked him to state what he wanted of her. "Tell him that I am not a man. I cannot come alone to see him. That is not proper." Shehu sent back word that he wanted to marry her. She told him that she was already betrothed and that nothing would ever separate her from her fiancé except Allah. "I have grown up to think of Abu Bakr as my husband. My parents and the parents of Abu Bakr arranged it all when I was a child playing in the sand. was the message she sent to him. The news of Malam Shehu's demand soon got Abu Bakr. He could not eat, he could not do anything throughout that day until he had spoken to her. Zainab, I have heard that the richest man in this town wants to marry you. And what did your informer tell you? My reply was to him, if I had a right, they said you told him that you would marry no one else but me. But Zainab, I'm afraid of women. Women are like water and horses. I don't understand your proverbs. Women are like water because you cross stream in the dry season, and when you return in the rains, the same stream will drown you. If you love a horse very much and you feed her, when you come to ride her, she will throw you down and break your backbone. So is a woman's love. Dry today like the ebb tide, high tomorrow like a flood. Zainab said, you speak of deep things, Abu, but I am not that kind of woman. Nothing will ever make me marry Malam Shehu unless he is prepared to marry my dead body. Abu Bakr's heart gladdened at this, and they began to play just as if they were still children. They were playing when one of Malam Shehu's servants came to Zainab. Abu answered him, come in and let me hear your message. What do you want? The servant said, I am sent to Zainab, not to you. Abu took a stick and beat the boy. He ran back to his master and reported that I met Abu Bakr there and was very lucky to escape with my life. Is that so? Shehu was angry. He who was so rich that everybody feared him. Who was Abu Bakr to treat him in this manner? Shehu determined to show Abu Bakr that he was a rich man. He sent for Malam Sambos and Sambo came. That dream interpreted to me is coming true at last. I have seen the girl and everything is going according to your prediction. All right, if you follow my advice, you will leave the girl alone and stay as Allah created you. No, said Malam Shehu, I cannot do that. I will go mad. Even in my dreams, I see this girl, though I have not seen her in the flesh. I want to marry her. I'm sorry. What then do you want? I want to marry her. He gave it with his instruction to a trusted servant who took back to report that he had passed. Thank you once again. This is the end of chapter 2. So Our next program, we will carry on to chapter 3, inshallah. So some words from this story are musk. This musk is a perfume that is called in Hausa. I can't actually remember its name. Musk. Al-Miski. It is called Al-Miski in Hausa. Musk is Al-Miski. Yes, you can follow by writing what the words I am giving. Al-Miski. Then again we have perfume. P-E-R-F-U-M-E. Perfume. Perfume is what we call turare. Turare da Hausa. An samu turare guda biyu kenan. We have musk, we have perfume. Then again we have servant. Servant shine bawa ko wani yaron aikenka. Yes, the boy, an errand boy shine ake kira da servant. You can say an errand boy. An errand, E-R-A-N-D B-O-Y. Yes, an errand boy. Again, we have some words from the story. We have prediction. Prediction. So to predict is to try to guess what is going to happen in the future. Shine ka yi tunanin menene zai iya faruwa nan gaba. That is prediction or predict. Again, we have some words. Which one? We have where he said, because Malam Audu is very strict with her. So this word strict, what does it stand in for? Strict. Strict is when you are very harsh on somebody. To be harsh. Harsh on someone. Meaning to treat someone severely. Shine ka zama mai tsanani akan wani wanda kake kula da rayuwarsa ko shi din. Ka zama mai tsanani akan wani wanda kake kula da rayuwarsa. We have word surprise. Surprise. Surprise is to be what? Ya zama da ka yi mamaki akan wani abu da yake faruwa. Lokacin da ya samu labarin a gidan Malam Audu akwai wata yarinya budurwa. Actually he is surprised. Ya yi mamaki jin hakan. Saboda me bai taɓa tsammanin a gidan Malam Audu akwai wata ‘ya budurwa ba wanda zai iya aura. So this is the end of chapter 2. I wish you all the best. Bye bye for now.